Hey everyone, stick with us versus herd. If it's your first time here, you like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications for when we go live or post videos, tap the bell. And if you want to join the UVH fam, links are below in the description to our Discord, our Facebook trading group, and our Patreon. If you're here right now, say what up. How we doing? It's kind of a slow grind Tuesday. I mean, Dow was down about 90, and S&P's closed down a little flat, and the Nasdaq was up a little bit, but not really a whole lot today. I mean, it was relatively flat. I mean, we had some action this morning. Nvidia dropped pretty nicely, and then it was just like kind of flat. Chef, what's going on? How you doing? I made it through. But yeah, I'm gonna be going through my trades here. Gonna be looking at some of these stocks here. Yo, what's going on? Reworks. How you doing? Let's see here. For me today I didn't do a whole lot just because of the action was kind of slow. Mateus, what's going on? Australia, nice. Yeah, I'm doing well. As you can see, as the market has been slower, I've been trading a lot slower. I only have a couple positions on, and I've only been making like, maybe 2 to 3 trades a day. Nothing crazy. But let's get into it. Today, my only realized gain was on Home Depot. I was thinking of trading Home Depot before earnings. I was thinking of doing an iron condor on it. And I'm glad that I didn't do an iron condor on a Home Depot because it went beyond the expected move. The expected move yesterday was $7 for Home Depot. And Home Depot, they did beat earnings. However, they lowered guidance, which caused a drop. This was their biggest losing day since like 2007. Yo, Tactical, what's going on? How you doing? So I'm glad that I didn't sell an iron condor on that. I mean, the puts are pretty rich. I mean, up 500%. Definitely would have blown through the iron condor. So what was I thinking? I was looking at so yesterday was like 239. Let me see what that iron condor would have been worth. And I would have this week's expiration. I think I was looking at it was like this, 232, and then definitely would have been paying. So I was getting like $1 credit, and because it went against, like now it's like 222. So definitely would against me. So I'm glad that I didn't do that that earnings trade. But I did trade Home Depot after earnings. Yo, HD, what's going on? Glad you're here, man. So sorry if I sound a little congested. I don't know if I'm battling something or not, but wintertime, Chicago, it's how it happens. It's how it happens. Wintertime, Chicago is not a good time. So I did a day trade on Home Depot. I bought the 225 puts for $1.40. I bought 2 of them, sold them for $1.91. So I made 37%. Definitely wish I bought more. Robert Irwin got paid. Nice. Yeah. If you guys made money today, comment got paid. If you lost money today, comment learned a lesson. HD, need your help understanding what exactly Fed balance sheet reduction means, how that is directly impacting stock market. Okay, I got you. Let me get through my trades and I got you. I got all the questions and we'll be going through. So yeah, I had the 225 puts. So I did buy it at 9 o'clock Central Time. So I bought it up in here. I bought the spike. It ripped down to like 226 area. Home Depot did hit 219 after hours this morning, or pre-market, I guess you can call it, after the report came out. And then shed some more, bounce back. I bought it on the bounce back up in here, and then I sold it at 38 minutes later at 9:38 when it was coming down here, back down to like the 225 area. So I sold it at 9:38. So on this candle here, so I bought it up here 9 o'clock on the dot. Sold it at 9:38 down here. So was a solid day trade, which I definitely wish I bought more contracts, but you want to be careful with this market because as you can see here, Home Depot really flattened out the rest of the day. I mean, obviously it was making lower highs, so it couldn't get really. It tried to push for 229, failed. Then it tried to push for 227 a couple times and failed. And overall, just not looking good for Home Depot. There is some support here, which I think that needs a break. It needs a break below 225 here. It really needs to get below 225 to start seeing some momentum down into the lower 220s. Right now, it was just kind of hanging on, but it had a pretty massive move. I did put on another Home Depot trade as well, so I put on a debit put spread. So I put it on at 10 o'clock. So I'm actually up. I'm up on that like 17% right now. So, but I rolled it out for next week because I definitely think that Home Depot is going to go lower. I just didn't want this week expiration. I wanted to kick it out. I don't normally like to close a day trade and reopen another day trade if I'm profitable on that position. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll close a day trade if I'm not profitable, switch positions and go the other direction and get that money back and go green. I'll do that, but I don't like to short a stock, get out, make a profit, and then get back in. Hopefully I'm going to make a profit. So I wanted to have a different strategy for this. So I do think it's going to go lower. I am on Home Depot for next week. I have a debit spread, so I bought the 225 put and I'm selling the 220 put. So I only paid $1.27. There was a time that was going for like $1.05, and I waited and it got up a little bit, but now it's going for $1.49. So we'll see what happens with Home Depot, but looking like Home Depot wants to go a little bit lower. And then I did put on a Teva trade, and I'll cover Boeing. I do have a Boeing trade on. I didn't put it on yesterday, but I did. Teva. So Teva, as you guys know, has been on quite the run here. After breaking above 9, it's been making, its moves up. It's been closing above 10, which was previous resistance. It was closing above 8, which it was previous resistance as well. And now we're closing above 10. I bought the 11 calls for next week. Teva is down today. Not too bad. I mean, they had a crazy pre-market. It went up to like 1076, hit a high of 1079 before falling apart. And they're refinancing their debt at a lower interest rate. So I'm not really sure why it would sell off in that way. But I did take advantage and I bought the 11 calls for 15 cents. It's a small position. I only bought 5 of them for 15 cents. So we'll see what happens. If this comes back down, if these calls get cut down in half or something like that, I'll probably average down, and we'll see if Teva comes down to like the lower 10s again, 10, 10.05, somewhere around there. Check out Disney in relation to the last Frozen release. I don't know I guess we could look up the release date. And then the big news today was Boeing was pretty crazy. So if you guys remember from yesterday, I put a Boeing position on. And let me look up Boeing from yesterday. Now, this is a pretty small position. It's basically like a 1-for-1, 110 max loss with 140 max profit. And it cost me $1.10. I have a put debit spread as well. I bought the 367.50 put, and I'm selling the 365 put. And if you guys looked at Discord yesterday, let me show you. So yesterday on Discord, I put this trade on and said I'm looking for the 362 area. Pretty small trade on Boeing, and Boeing did hit the 362 area. The reason why I didn't sell is because the rate in that it dropped, it really screwed up the option pricing. I guess I probably should have guessed it and put in an order. Instead, I thought that maybe it was going to like level out down here and that the option pricing was going to stabilize. Instead, it ripped back up, and now we're currently at, what are we at on this? I mean, I'm at a small profit, 6.4%, so nothing huge. But in terms of Boeing, they're, I don't know if you guys know about this, but the NTSB is going after the 737 NGs, or the next generation 737 next generations, because in 2018 a fan blade broke off and it killed somebody. So the interesting thing about this is, this has nothing to do with the 737 Maxes. This is an entirely different plane. This is the 737 NG, or next generation plane, of which 7,000 have been delivered to airlines worldwide. So this is going to potentially impact 7,000 planes. So they're going to have to make improvements, and Boeing did say, if I can skim through here, I did read this whole thing. Where did Boeing? So our standard practice is to develop and certify engines in close collaboration with our airframe partners, working within the appropriate regulatory framework. Which I think the issue that I have with Boeing, with the 737 Max and now with the 737 NGs, I'm thinking orders are going to start. Orders weren't very good in October when those numbers came out for the October numbers, but people, I think, are gonna not trust Boeing in terms of their flying on them and ordering them. They're definitely gonna probably go to like a competitor. So I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on Boeing in this whole 737 NG. And then this comes off news. What was it earlier in the week or last week? They said that the 737 Maxes are going to be, looking to go back online in January, which caused this run from 360 to 375. And here we are. I was mainly, I didn't know anything about this news coming out or anything like that. I was just playing off the support and resistance, and I already had this trade on when that news came out. So I was already trading off this potentially being resistance here. It's been having some trouble the last couple of days around like the 375 area. Yesterday hit 375, dropped. Today hit 375 and dropped again. So yeah, that one-sided effect of spreads and the pricing can get whack. Yeah, Daniel, I should have just put an order in for like $2 or something, because it probably would have got. I wasn't thinking. I don't know what I was thinking. Now I'm bag holding a position, that was working out for me. It went in my favor. I should have cashed out for sure. I just didn't trust the option pricing. I didn't expect it to bounce back up like that on that news, to be honest with you. I didn't expect it to bounce back up to 370. And yeah, we did fade quite a bit, but still pretty strong. KRTX has been on a huge run up the past few days, from around 11 to a high of 150. Woo. I haven't traded that stock. So Brad C, definitely, you can definitely appreciate the comments. We'll be taking questions. I do look into stocks like that. We can take a look. But most of the commentary and the stuff that we discuss here revolves around options trading. Yo, 09, what's going on? What's happening? If you're here right now, say what up. Say what's going on. So that was all the trades that I had for today. I was thinking about playing some earnings trades. Target has earnings. I don't know if anyone here trade Target before market. Target has earnings tomorrow morning before market opens. Also Lowe's. Lowe's has, they didn't really get impacted. I mean, it was down today on the Home Depot earnings, but it recovered quite a bit. Still down $1.62 on the day, but we'll see. We'll see what Lowe's does. Keith, what? Miguel learned a lesson. I mean, that's just how it is. Okay, let's get to HD. Are you still here? You want to learn about the Fed balance sheet? So we kind of covered this yesterday in regards to like SPY and everything like that. And ever since the Fed, if you go to, let me actually look it up here for you. Let me. If you just Google Fed balance sheet, it'll pull up the Federal Reserve, and this is not some like shady website. This is the actual website for the Federal Reserve, federalreserve.gov, as you can see here. Some people yesterday were saying like, what are my sources and all this stuff. This is the legit. This is as legit as it gets. This is the Federal Reserve website. And HD, what we were saying is with QE, even though the Fed is denying quantitative easing, which is called QE, quantitative easing, and you can kind of see here, it kind of gives a brief history on. I don't know why it doesn't let me highlight it, but if you read this little paragraph here, it gives a brief history of what the Fed has been doing, since 2008, 2008, 2009. So starting in 2008, the Fed started to put money into the market to help it recover from the recession. So the Fed started to take on assets. And this basically tracks the assets that in the balance sheet that the Federal Reserve has. And we were holding for quite a long time from 2014 up until 2018. And when you guys remember Janet Yellen saying, hey, we're actually going to be reducing our balance sheet. And then keep in mind, when they started reducing the balance sheet, volatility started to re-enter the market. The market started getting real choppy. The trade war didn't help that. And also the Fed was getting rid of their assets. So now the Fed is back to pumping again, and since they're back to pumping, we haven't had a green week, and I did show this the other day. We haven't had a red week in like 7 weeks. So if you look at the weekly chart, we haven't had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going on 7 straight green weeks with the market. So Google talk out of nowhere. My phone started talking about Fed balance sheets. So that's what that means. If you want to learn more about it, I'm not going to cover it all in the stream, but research quantitative easing, research the Fed balance sheet, and realize what that does. Because here we are. Rob, TDG had earnings today, and I snagged a 640 call. Might average that one down. Let's look at Disney. Oh, Rob, you made 1,000% on KSS puts. Yeah, I didn't trade Kohl's. Let me actually change this back to daily. So I think so. Also, who has earnings this week? Macy's has earnings this week. I mean, Macy's also doing pretty poor. I think Kohl's probably going to revisit the lows here at like 43, the 52-week lows. But this stock got almost cut in half in the last year. Macy's, they have earnings this week. They have earnings on Thursday before open, and also Nordstrom's, which are kind of different. Not they don't coincide with Kohl's, but it's going to be pretty interesting what happens with Target and Lowe's tomorrow. But so far retail has been doing pretty poor this week. Anybody play now? So now it was announced after hours yesterday that they got added to the S&P 500. So that's a play. So that's something that's in play right now. Volume's pretty good on these guys on the call side. So this jumped from 266 and it opened at like 277. So opened up $11 higher. Pretty much stayed flat. I mean, there was a little bit of dip, but pretty much stayed flat all day. But now since it's broke out above this like 274 area, could definitely revisit the 300 areas here. So I definitely think that now is in play for the call side unless this gets sold off. So one thing that has been happening lately is things will break out, but then will come back down under. I know that Netflix has finally started to come out as well. So it's starting to break out. It was having some trouble breaking out above like the 295, 296 area. And it was having a hard time getting above the 300 area, but now we're resting above that. So, in terms of Netflix, that's looking pretty good as well. TDG, let's see here. I don't know what kind of volume do they have. So they only have monthlies. Volume is pretty low. Bid and the ask. I think for me, it's just I would say I would probably not trade something like this just because of the bid and the ask, unless you're doing like spreads and know how much they're worth. If you're doing spreads and knowing how much the spreads are worth, then maybe it's worth it. But like I think for beginner traders, I think this would be definitely pretty hard to trade. Took my $1,400 loss on KSS. Now watch it tank to $45 tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, I think that's that's the good and the bad side of earnings, right? Earnings, you can make a lot of money very quickly. However, it is still a gamble, and that's why like if I do an earnings trade beforehand, I'll most likely sell premium so that way I have Theta and Ivy Crush in my favor. However, I've been very selective on the earnings trades that I do sell premium on. And I'm glad that I have. But yeah, I mean TDG. I mean this thing's a monster. I mean it went from previous quarter went from 430 up to 573 today, and they had earnings as well. So Medtronic also. Took my $1,400. Oh, sorry. I thought you said a $1,400 loss. Let's see here. Medtronic is another one. Let's get. What is their symbol? MDT. So Medtronic had a good earnings, but let's see if anyone trades these. Oh, that's actually pretty good volume. So I don't know if you guys would know what Medtronic is, but they make medical equipment for like diabetes and that kind of thing. The reason why I know about them is because my wife's diabetic and I spend a lot of money with them. And I looked into them before and the liquidity hasn't been that good, but you can see here volume is actually really, really nice on these calls, and also the puts not too bad. But Medtronic, they had good earnings, but it sold off a little bit here, came back up, but still they're still sitting at all-time highs here. Just like everything else, like everything right now is sitting at all-time highs except for Home Depot now is down. Apple's also doing pretty well. I'm kind of going through it here. Any stocks you guys want to look at? Apple. I mean, what are we going to do about this? I mean, is it just going to keep doing this? I mean, Apple had a serious breakout and is not going anywhere. If you guys are liking the live stream so far, appreciate it. Hit the like button. It definitely helps out with the YouTube algorithm. They wait for it to split. Keith, waiting for Apple to split is like waiting for Amazon to split. Like people have been waiting forever for Amazon to split. When was the last time Amazon split? or we're gonna look at Disney. Rob, you want to look at Disney? Amazon last split. I don't even know if it's gonna show me here. Is it gonna show? Usually it shows stock splits. It's not showing me where the stock split, but there was a stock split on Amazon a long time ago. Yeah, it's not showing me. But I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be a stock split anytime soon. You need to do a one-day guest on this pod that is absolute novice, so you can ask Stock Market for Dummies questions. You can ask him. This whole stream is for any level. Whether you can ask beginner questions, and yeah, it may waste people's time if they're more experienced, but it is what it is. It's all love. It's all love. Beginners. But let's look into when was Frozen 1 release date. Okay, so Frozen 1 came out. Let's see here. 2013. So Frozen came out on November 2013. So let's look up Disney. Let's try to find November 2013. So 2013. Okay, so we got. I should probably turn some of this stuff off. 2013. So let's get 2013 in here. This is 2014. We got to go back more. What did I do? Zoomed in too much. Okay, so let's go back. 2013. Okay, here's 2013. So November 2013. I mean, I guess it went up a little bit. It said it came out the 19th to 22nd. I mean, there wasn't really a whole lot. There wasn't really a whole lot of movement here in November 2013. Who's here from what cult are we talking about? Yeah, we're definitely. I don't know. I mean, I don't think we're a cult. I mean, we have a pretty big family. We have thousands of people in our family, but I don't know if you would call us like a cult. Maybe more of like a colony, and not like nudist colony, just like a regular colony of people. Don't get carried away. Don't get carried away now. We still have a we still have the after hours for the stock market swingers. So we do have that, the live streams for adults only. But I haven't done a night live stream in a minute. I've been half dead. in the last month I've been like half dead mostly every day. Every day I've been like I've just been making it by. But I definitely appreciate that you guys are here. All right, any stocks you guys want to look at here? We're about 30 minutes into the stream. I kind of just ranted on a bunch of stocks and just kind of went. I didn't really take any input except for Rob. We did look at Disney. We did look at some of these other ones. Macy's, I do think, I don't think I'll be selling some. I mean, Macy's is almost, they have earnings this week. I mean, Macy's is on the verge of becoming a penny stock, I think. I mean, they're in trouble. Yeah, I mean, multi-year lows here. This could easily go to 10 or below. I mean, easily on Macy's. What are they pricing them? They're pricing the move at this week at $1.69. I would probably buy, if they're pricing them at $1.69 here, I would probably buy, next week's $1.93, or even go $2 and buy, like, I would go out maybe December and buy, the 10s are pretty cheap, but you could get the 13s. And the 13 puts on the monthlies were going for 16 cents and hit a high today of 54 cents. I mean, that's pretty nice. That's a pretty nice return. If we were called, we wouldn't drink Kool-Aid. We'd be drinking Coca-Cola. Yo, Rob, what puts you? You got 11 puts. Oh, what's your expiration? What's your expiration? Oh, Stock Market Live. I'll have to look into it. I don't know. How do you guys find? Does YouTube recommend channels that are live streaming, or how do you guys find channels that are live? Got to go to work. Can't wait for the next live. Take care, man. Yeah, I gotta stop drinking. I gotta stop eating sugar. So Rob's in the 11s and then the 12.5 on Macy's. I was recommended. Oh, that's nice. That was nice. Yeah, I mean, in terms of this channel, I would say that we try to be more responsible with the trades. I know there's a lot of options traders that kind of gamble and try to, Wall Street bets, get the tendies, all that stuff. And here, try to take a more rationalized look at the market and trading options on top of that. So for a lot of people, this is not like a get rich quick stream or anything like that, making millions of dollars. It's more finding good plays, finding things of value, and executing the trade. But yeah, I mean, I'm in the Discord. We're in the Discord pretty much all day, every day. I do post my trades in here. I am making it better. I do have bots in here that kind of bring in news, get the earnings reports, and then we have obviously StockBot. You can get different things, like if you want to do like float, Boeing, you can see like how many shares are institutional owned, what's the short float, stuff like that, So I'm trying to make the Discord more useful in terms of traders. I've never seen or been to Wall Street Bets. I've only heard bad things about it. Yeah, I mean, Wall Street Bets it's kind of funny but kind of sad at the same time. I mean, Wall Street Bets is just a place online where people make insane bets, and sometimes it pays off, but I mean, mostly people just go in debt and blow up their accounts and go, they lose $50,000 and and then they have the traders that make it big. But the thing is, it's kind of like winning the lottery. Anyone that wins the lotto, they're worse off 5 years later than they were when they actually won it. Snagged 2 Disney calls, 152.50s, 11.22 at 128, feeling bullish on Disney for the holiday season. Yeah, I mean, I think Disney's good. We're not going to get any more news out of them regarding the streaming numbers, but Disney, now that it's finally broken out of its range, let's go to, Now if it stays above 146, 145 area, I mean, I think it's going to be pretty good. Definitely looking dicey up in here. Tesla is announcing their new vehicle Thursday. I almost put on a spread here. I was thinking that the high of the day was probably going to be like 350, 250, and obviously I was wrong. So I was actually going to put a trade down in here. I was actually going to do a call debit spread for next week on this and play off of the pickup truck in the news, and now it's too late. Missed my entry. It just kept going. I thought it was gonna maybe pull back here when it ripped up to 355. I'm like, okay, this will probably pull back to like 350, 351, and then it just didn't. It was a good day when they reported the 10 million subscribers. Still trying to ride the wave. Jose, thanks for subscribing. I think Disney Plus has been huge. I mean, at my house, it's been on every single day. And the thing is, you can't just go off of what you do. Like, people will be like, oh yeah, I went into Starbucks and they treated me bad, I'm going to short that stock. Or, hey, I use Disney Plus all the time. It's my, I like it better than Netflix. And just because you're like one person doesn't mean that that's a good trial. So that's why we really need the numbers. And we're not going to know any more Disney Plus numbers until Disney releases their next quarterly report, or unless something gets leaked or something. Disney might get a little pop. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people play like the Marvel releases and then the Disney releases, and I've never found to be that the stock moved that much, unless it was something groundbreaking like Disney Plus or something like that. But a lot of people are like, oh, the Avengers Endgame's coming out this weekend, and they've sold X amount of tickets already, and all this stuff sold out. But I've noticed that it didn't really move the stock that much, because what really matters is the bottom line is, are they going to make money off that film, and how does that contribute to the overall success of the company? I'm sure the thing is, I don't remember the exact stat, but 2019 had like 6 blockbuster movies make over $1 billion or something like that, and they were all from Disney. So what's going to be interesting going into years forward is, how are they going to be able to top those expectations? Because they released Aladdin, which was the live action, which was huge. They released those Marvel films. Marvel Endgame was huge. Star Wars was huge this year. Let's see here. Let me just look it up. Top grossing movies 2019. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. So, top grossing movies this year: Avengers Endgame, that's Disney, as you can see here. Lion King, as you said, King Odin, that's Disney. Toy Story 4, that's Disney. Captain Marvel, Disney. Spider-Man, which was Sony but joint with Marvel. Disney made some money off that, and then Aladdin. So they have 5 of the top 10 pictures of 2019. Dumbo came in at 18, still pretty good. Maleficent didn't do very well. I think that was under budget, but overall, I mean, if you have half of the top 10 blockbusters in 2019, and that's insane. And then now they're going to be releasing Frozen, which, is Frozen going to knock out, I mean, Joker is going to be a tough one. It Chapter 2, I wasn't expecting It Chapter 2 to rank this high. Let's see here. All right, here we go. So, yeah, I mean, Disney has 5 of the top 10 blockbusters out this year, and then Frozen's on the way, so maybe they're going to have 6. I mean, Frozen's going to be huge, but, I don't think, but again, I mean, they've been having good earnings and stuff like that, but I don't think that they're having issues. One of the things is they're having issues with ESPN. ESPN is not a moneymaker, and it's dragging on their bottom line. and park traffic. Their parks for Walt Disneyland and Walt Disney World were also down this year, which has suffered a setback as well. So, you kind of have to think about the overall picture is how much the movies add to the bottom line, and then how much do those other things take away, and then what is Disney Plus going to add in the future? So, I mean, I don't think they're going. I mean, they're going to be fine. They're probably going to add a boatload of subscribers, and everything's going to be fine. But just be aware that earnings and everything is based on the entire company, not just one product. So, anyways, guys, we're about 40 minutes in. If you guys like the content, hit the like button, hit subscribe. Oh, one thing I wanted to ask you guys, I haven't done in a while, is I was doing a nightly watch list on YouTube. Do you guys think those are useful, or should I just do like a watch list within the stream combo? I mean, it seemed like a lot of people watched them, but I wasn't really sure on if that took away from the live stream or people like the live stream better, And if you're watching this when I'm not live, leave me a comment below. I definitely want to know. But I would say I trialed it out for about 3 weeks. I did a live stream and I did a nightly watch list, and I went over everything. And basically what the watch list was my pregame for tomorrow. Because what I do is I have my own ritual stocks that I look at. I look at my current holdings, see if I want to make any changes to that, see if I'm going to hit my targets, and then line up my next shot. So Sam says, and King Odom says, yeah, do them if you have the time. I just wasn't sure, so I've been trying out a lot of different things with the YouTube channel and trying to mix it up. And I wasn't, I was getting like a lot of comments. I was getting a lot of views on them. I'm like, do these really add value beyond the live stream? So that was the one question I had for you guys today. I like the watch list added to the live stream because I feel it's more interactive. Love the watch list either way. If you did a separate, then we would have to find it. If we did it separate, then we wouldn't have to find it to review it later. Okay, so from what I'm getting at is Tobin is saying that he likes a part of the live stream, which I kind of just went over. I guess what I'm trying to not to do is have like repetitive content, because I kind of just went over my watch list going through these stocks that I just went through. But it seems that like a lot of people really like the watch list by itself. So I'm trying to gauge interaction. You could put a time thing in the description below. Yeah, I could do that. I like your ideas. Anyways, guys, it's been fun. Maybe I'll do a watch list later. We'll see. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.